Dear President Weber, dear Manfred, dear President Johannes, dear Klaus, President Tjuka, dear Nikolai, my fellow leaders, but most importantly, my dear friends from EPP. Thank you very much for having us here in Bucharest. It's a pleasure to see all of you, our EPP family, here together. And what an honor for me to stand here and to ask for your support. My friends, when I was a child, growing up in Belgium, my father often spoke about Europe just as if it was part of our family. He kept saying, Europe is so precious. We have to take care of it because it's all we have. He said that often at our kitchen table to me and my many siblings. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. And at that time, I did not always understand. Today, I am the one telling the same story to our 7 children. I tell them that their grandfather was 15 years old when World War II ended. He had witnessed what it means if we allow hatred against minorities, against freedom of opinion, against fundamental rights, leading to deportation and the Shoah. His generation had grown up surrounded by lawlessness, devastation, and the negation of human dignity. And then the European idea came to life. In 1957, he witnessed the foundation of our community with only 6 members at that time. Of course, he had seen the Iron Curtain descend from the Baltic to the Adriatic, dividing our continent for decades to come. In 1968, we watched in awe how brave Czechs rose against oppression and persecution. My father passed in 2014. Today, my friends, he would be so moved and so proud by what we have built together. 27 member states with more than 450 million people, all of them living peacefully together in one European Union. And the European People's Party, the EPP, has pioneered this European dream from its very inception. And I think, my friends, we can be very grateful for that, and we can be very proud of that. We, the EPP, have always stood for the values that unite us. We, my friends, the EPP, believe in the rule of law and in the respect of human rights. We believe that people should live in peace and freedom. We believe in the social market economy. We believe that access to health care and education is not a privilege of a few. It is a right for all. We believe that our children should be safe running free in fields and forests, on playgrounds and football pitches, as we did. They deserve that we care for a healthy future with a healthy environment, whether they grow up in the biggest city or the smallest village. And above all, my friends, we believe in the dignity of every human being. And this is my belief as a Christian Democrat. And my friends, this is who we are. And this is what we will fight for in this election. And this will be more important than ever. The world is as dangerous as it has been for generations. Russia's aggression tried to wipe Ukraine off the face of Earth. The war is now in its 3rd year, and is more entrenched and intense than ever. We're seeing the potency and the dangers of a rising and disturbing league of dictators, the war in Gaza, and the destabilization of the Middle East. We see China and others, aggressive economic competition and distortion. And here at home, Putin's friends are trying to rewrite our history and hijack our future. They are spreading hate from behind their keyboards. And let there be no doubt what's at stake in these elections. Our peaceful and united Europe is being challenged like never before by populists, by nationalists, by demagogues, whether it's the far right or it's the far left, whether it is the AfD or the Rassemblement National, the Confederacja or Возрождение. The names may be different, but the goal is the same. They want to trample on our values, and they want to destroy our Europe. And we, the EPP, will never let that happen. So this is a defining moment. The signal of Bucharest today is that EPP is standing for Europe, strong and secure, peaceful and prosperous, democratic and united. We stand pro-EU, pro-Ukraine, pro-rule of law, in the spirit of de Gasperi and Adenauer, of Václav Havel and Lech Walesa. There's a beautiful saying from Konrad Adenauer, who said, European unity was a dream of a few. It became a hope for many. Today, it is a necessity for all of us. And this is still true today. Just look at the last 5 years. When Europe is united, we can move mountains. And here I want to say a special thank you for our EPP group in the European Parliament under your leadership, Manfred, the largest group and the most united group. Many thanks for your excellent work. When we're united, we can overcome mountains. Together, we overcame a global pandemic. Citizens in every member state, large or small, got their vaccines at the same time and their fair share. And many thought it is impossible, but we did it. Together, we pulled our economy back from the brink of recession and put it on the path of recovery with Next Generation EU. Many thought this was impossible, but we did it. Together, we are fighting climate change and coming to the support of those hit by devastating floods and droughts and fires. We did it, and this is European solidarity. Together, we have delivered on the pact of migration and asylum. We strengthened the European borders, and we will continue to do so. And my friends, to be very clear, we have fulfilled our international obligations in the past. We do it today, and we will do it in the future. But it is us, the Europeans, who decide who comes to Europe and under what circumstances, and not the organized crime of smugglers and traffickers. My friends, this is what leadership looks like. This is the Europe that respects tradition and that knows that not every decision needs to be taken at the European level. But this is also the Europe that stands strong together when joint European action is needed. This is the Europe that delivers on what people care about. And this is what the EPP will stand for in this election. Take the examples. We are proud of Donald Tusk for bringing the rule of law back to Poland. We are so proud of Kyriakos Mitsotakis for having turned Greece around to the road of success. We are so proud of Andrej Plenković for bringing Croatia to the euro and Schengen. We're so proud of Evi Kasilina for the unwavering support for Ukraine. We're so proud of Ingrida Simonaite for fighting against Lukashenko's instrumentalization of migration. We are so proud of Klaus Johannes for his long-standing leadership in Romania, his support to Moldova, and simply for being a great European. We're so proud of Karl Nehammer for tackling illegal migration and strengthening Europe's external borders. We are so proud of Leo Varadkar for his commitment on equality, full employment, and infrastructure investment. We are so proud of Petteri Orpo for leading Finland into NATO. We are so proud of Nikos Christodoulides for his leadership in increasing humanitarian support to Gaza and bringing economic growth to Cyprus. We're so proud of Ulf Kristersson for tackling crime and championing a clean and competitive Swedish economy. We are so proud of Luc Frieden for introducing business-friendly economic policies again. And we're so proud of Roberta Metsola for skillfully leading the European Parliament, my friend Roberta. This is EPP leadership. We are the party of the people, and we deliver on what people care about. My friends, prosperity, security, democracy. This is what people care about in these difficult times. And this is what EPP will stand for in this election, also thanks to our common manifesto. And of course, I can understand that many people are worried about the future. I am also concerned. And at kitchen tables all over Europe, mothers and fathers wonder, will I be able to give my children a fair chance in life? Will I manage to look after my aging parents? I know these concerns. But at the same time, I am confident. And I am confident because had anyone told me that in the last 5 years we would face a global pandemic, a war on European soil, and the worst energy crisis in over 40 years, no one would have ever believed that we would emerge stronger. But we did it. We have proven remarkable resilience time and again, because the single market is our safe harbor, and the social market economy is our hallmark. It works for the people, whether they want a secure job or they want to have a family, if they're saving for a house or renting an apartment, or they want to study in a different city. Our message as EPP is clear, my friends. In times of change, Europe has your back. That is our message. But we have to strengthen our competitiveness in times of transition. We were the first to design the European Green Deal into an economic, social, and industrial one. And this has given a clear sense of direction for investment and innovation. Just take energy. We have resisted Putin's blackmail with his dirty coal, oil, and gas. We got rid of this dependency. We are massively investing in clean energy. For the first time, we produced more electricity from wind and sun in Europe than from gas. This creates good jobs here at home, drives prices down, and cleans up pollution, and it gives us energy security. And different to others, we stand for pragmatic solutions, not for ideological ones. Because we in EPP, we know that there is no competitive economy without climate protection. And there's no climate protection without a competitive economy. And therefore, my friends, from wind to clean steel, from hydrogen to batteries, we will make sure that the future of clean tech industry is made here in Europe. That is our promise as EPP. And my friends, we have to make business easier. We have to trust our companies to get on with what they are good at. That means less red tape, less reporting, simpler and faster procedure. This means paying a special attention to our SMEs, who are the backbone of our social market economy. And this is an EPP hallmark. Give companies the freedom to innovate and to create good jobs. And this is also true for the farmers and for rural areas. Farmers are telling me about the enormous challenges they face. They get up early in the morning, they work hard for the quality food we eat, but costs are going up. The prices they get for milk, meat, and grain are volatile and often set by others in the food chain. Last month, a young farmer told me that they are sometimes forced to sell their products below production costs. This is completely unacceptable. Our food security depends on the security of our farmers' livelihoods. Therefore, the system must be put back on a sustainable footing. Their hard work has to pay off. And I want to be very clear. EPP will always be on the side of our farmers, my friends. This has to be our message. Now, dear friends, our collective prosperity rests on a foundation of security. And that brings me to my second point. When it comes to security, there's no more pressing issue than Ukraine. I was in Bucha after it was liberated. I will never forget the body bags lined up. Innocent civilians, young women, old men killed by Putin's soldier. And I will never forget the desperate parents whose children have been abducted by Russia. Their tears, their fears, their agony. And as a mother and grandmother, my heart is bleeding to hear these stories. Putin is responsible. He is responsible for the death of Alexei Navalny. And it was breathtaking to see the courage of those who attended Navalny's funeral. One of the brave women said, "Navalny sacrificed himself to save the country. Putin sacrificed the country to save himself." Putin is wanted for war crimes, and he will face justice And there is a courtroom in The Hague waiting for him, my friends. There can be no doubt. Europe will stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes, with more financial support, more military support. Russia has destroyed houses, hospitals, and kindergartens, but they could not destroy the dream of a free and prosperous Ukraine that takes its place at the heart of the European Union. And today, my friends, this dream lives on, also in Moldova, in Georgia, and the Western Balkans. And together, we will turn this dream into reality. That is what EPP and that is what Europe stands for. Security in Europe also means doing more on our own defense. Our common goal should be very clear. We need to turbocharge our defense industrial capacity in the next 5 years. And at the heart of this must be one simple principle. Europe must spend more, Europe must spend better, and Europe must spend European. And this will help us fill the urgent need to rebuild, replenish, and modernize member states' armed forces, and to keep supporting Ukraine. And in doing so, Europe should strive to develop and manufacture the next generation of battle-winning operational capabilities. And my friends, the EPP is the party that has championed a Europe that can defend itself. And we will be the party that delivers on a defense union. And this topic needs undivided attention. And therefore, we need a designated defense commissioner for the next mandate. This is one of our EPP's deliverables. My friends, throughout our history, Europe has never had security or prosperity without democracy. And this is why previous generations sacrificed so much for freedom. The generations that defeated Nazism and overcame decades of dictatorship. The men and women that tore down the wall and ripped through the Iron Curtain. The popular movement of Solidarność, the people holding hands in the Baltic chain of freedom, the citizens of the Velvet Revolution. Every single nation has its own similar story to tell. And this is what makes up the great story of our European Union. This is what my father told us around the kitchen table. This is what I tell my children. And this is the very story we must tell over and over again in the coming months. This is what we are standing for. Democracy, prosperity, security. We cannot have one without the others. We in the EPP are ready to face the challenge with confidence and with leadership. And my friends, for me it's an honor to stand here to ask you for your trust and your support. And it is the honor of a lifetime to serve our Europe. Let's fight for Europe. Long live Europe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.